Welcome to Conversations with Saints, the podcast where we seek heavenly guidance from the masters of the spiritual life. I'm your host, Francis Bale Caritas. Our guest today is a true titan of the 16th century Catholic Reformation. He was a Spanish Franciscan, a mystic, a writer, and a reformer, known for a life of almost unbelievable austerity. His commitment to penance and poverty was so profound that it both inspired and astounded his contemporaries. Most importantly, he became the crucial spiritual director and defender for one of the Church's greatest female saints. Please welcome the formidable and holy Saint Peter of Alcantara. Saint Peter, it is a profound honor. Thank you for joining us.
The honor is in serving God and His Church. Thank you for this opportunity, Francis.
Your life is legendary for its extreme penance. It's said you slept for only an hour and a half a night, often sitting, and ate only once every 3 days. In our modern world that prizes comfort, this is difficult to comprehend. What was the purpose of such radical austerity?
It was never a love of suffering for its own sake, but rather a great love for the one who suffered for us. The body, with its desires and demands, can be a loud companion. My penances were a way to quiet its voice so that the soul could better hear the whisper of God.
So it was more about spiritual freedom than self-punishment?
Precisely. It is a discipline of love. Like an athlete who trained his body to achieve a goal, the soul must train itself for union with God. By stripping away every comfort and distraction, I hoped to make more room for God to fill me. Every moment of cold was a chance to desire the fire of His love. Every pang of hunger, a prayer for the bread of life.
This intense interior discipline fueled your work as a reformer. You founded the Discalced Franciscans of the strictest observance. What was it about the Franciscan order at the time that you felt needed such a radical reform?
I saw what our Holy Father Francis saw, that the world is starving for a witness to the simple, radical truth of the gospel. Over the centuries, the fire that burned in him had, in some places, cooled to a comfortable ember. The demands of poverty and prayer had been softened.
A drift from that original vision.
Indeed. My reform was not a judgment, but an invitation for those friars who felt the same divine restlessness, a call to return to the source, to live a life of absolute poverty, deep contemplative prayer, and total reliance on God's providence. It was an attempt to show the world once again that Christ alone is enough.
Your path famously intersected with another great reformer, Saint Teresa of Avila. At a time when many were suspicious of her mystical experiences and her plans for the Carmelite reform, you became her greatest champion. What did you see in her that others didn't?
I saw the unmistakable work of the Holy Spirit. It was as clear as the Spanish sun. After 40 years of seeking God in prayer, I recognized His voice when I heard it spoken through her. Her struggles, her visions, her profound longing for a more authentic life with Christ. These were not the fancies of an imaginative woman. They were a divine fire.
And you used your considerable authority to defend her.
God gave me that gift. I was able to assure others that her experiences were from Him. I saw in her a soul utterly consumed by the love of God, and her desire to reform her order was a divine command. It was my duty and my joy to help her lay the first stones of that great work. Holy friendships are God's instruments for renewing His Church.
Saint Peter of Alcantara, your life is an intense and beautiful witness to the power of a soul totally dedicated to God. Thank you for your wisdom.
May you find all your rest in God alone.
The life of Saint Peter of Alcantara challenges us to look beyond our own comfort. He teaches us that discipline is not an end in itself, but a path to freedom, that reform is not about judgment, but a passionate return to love, and that sometimes the most important work we do is recognizing and supporting the holiness we see in others. That's all the time we have for this episode of Conversations with Saints. Join us next time when we'll be speaking with the brilliant Bishop of Geneva, St. Francis de Sales. Until then, I'm Frances Vale Caritas. May you seek truth and may you find peace.